Okay, welcome back. I'm Bill Berry, and this is the ATU Steward Training Class, Grievance and Arbitration. What you see here is the outline of the course that we're going to follow over 10 or 12 sessions. We're going to look at the importance of being a steward and how that is the face of the union, the fundamental building block for every workplace. We're going to look at the organizing model of union, which is a complete change from what many locals have done. We're going to go through a history of grievances. As you have this course, you'll learn I'm a great fan of labor history. I think we learned from the past. People had good practices and exciting movements that they ran, and we need to come back to those because the world, as I said, has changed. And so many of the things that we have learned in our lifetimes as far as being a steward and processing grievances don't work any longer. We're going to look at the various skills of a union steward. We're going to look at what's in our union contract. We're going to how the important economic issues. We're going to look at the non-economic issues. And one of the things which we're going to stress in this class is that there is a wide range of experience among you people who are taking it. Some of you have been stewards for many years. Some of you have never been a steward or filed a grievance. And I found this in the training classes and had to adjust because we will say to the people in the training classes, if you're an experienced steward, some of the stuff is going to bore you because you've already heard it, but we need to talk to the young people. One of the things with the young people is they need to learn the vocabulary. And you're going to see a document later on called the Grievance Overview, which has all the terms that we use for dealing with grievances. And we'll explain what they are. So we're going to talk about investigating a grievance. We're going to look at how you deal with members who don't always tell you the truth. And if you think that you're the only one who had one of those, you're not. Because often a member who is unhappy will tell you half a story. We're going to look at how to do a fact sheet, how to find documentation, how to find witnesses, how to kind of see what the company's position is on this. We're going to look at preparing a grievance. How do you look at previous grievances? How do you write it up? What do you include on the grievance form? Whom do you give it to? We're going to look at presenting a grievance, which is how you come into the meeting. What do you do? How do you conduct yourselves to give yourselves the greatest advantage? We're going to look at organizing around grievances. And you're going to hear me again and again using the word leverage. And leverage is the ability to make your boss do what he doesn't want to do. And leverage in contract negotiations is making them pay what they don't want to pay, giving benefits that they don't want to give, getting off concessions that they had really wanted. Organizing around grievances is forcing them to settle up and to go through the steps of the procedure rather than trying to stall you. We're going to look at some tough grievance issues. We all have seen new areas. For example, social media. If you put something on Facebook from your home, can you be fired? If some conduct outside of work impacts your job, can you or should you be fired? And these are the kinds of things that we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at the issues of surveillance cameras in the buses, the performance of the drivers, the appearance of the drivers, the conduct inside the maintenance shops, things like that, which are changes from the kinds of issues that we have done with. We're going to look at the legal framework. And as we said, we are always overwhelmed by the law in the labor relations area, both the National Labor Relations Act, the Public Sector Bargaining Act, but many other laws, and so we'll cover that. We're going to look at personal issues for stewards. How has it changed for you to be a steward? Because it used to be as you're dealing with your coworkers, you can like some and not like some, but now that you're a steward, you're the representative of the union, you're the face of the union, and so you have to grow, and we're going to be stressing that. We're going to also have some current events. We're going to be looking at new developments in grievances as it comes along. And then finally, at the end of every session, I'm going to have a link on there for a YouTube so you can listen to a union song and make it fun. Your responsibility is for taking this class, and you'll see the picture here on the left of how I'm going to torture you. In order to improve as a steward, you need to listen carefully to the instruction. You need to read the documents. And as I said, you have to have the attitude that what we have been doing for many, many decades isn't working any longer. Our numbers show it. The fact that we now, in many cases, have to pay for our health insurance shows it. And so to come back to where we were, we've got to rethink everything that we do. And as I said, union density is down, and management, both on a global scale and in our own workplace, is tougher and more anti-union than ever. If you have a steward training class with me, I pass out a management forum sheet where your personnel directors go, your labor relations people go, pay like $4,000 for a day, and they learn how to make it tough on the union, how not to settle grievances, how to use the management rights clause for everything. And so this class is designed to try to counteract that. So what we are looking at here, in contrast to a lot of unions, is encouraging every member to participate. And so the goal of you as a grade officer is to encourage this membership enthusiasm, and you want to encourage members' confidence in their union and in the democracy so they're stronger union members. In some unions, the officers don't want the members to participate. In some unions, you can't get a quorum at a membership meeting. That's not what we want for the ATU. And this graphic here, this picture showing the weak link of membership participation is exactly what we're talking about. You make this union stronger, and it is money in your pocket. So it's not as if you're doing a charity for someone else. You are taking care of number one, and that's what we want to talk about. So take a break, and we're going to come back and talk about the servicing model of unionism.